Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are currently working on our invasion of Brazil. Now we're not quite ready to pull this off yet. We need to prepare for another 65 days at this point. Okay, that seems absolutely fine. We'll get to work on that. Navally, how is this going? We're at 70.4. I believe in order to launch this, do we not need to be at like 85 or something like that? Apparently this is going to allow us to go as it is, but that may also not in fact be the case. It does require us to have some amount of naval supremacy there for sure. And I believe that number is somewhere around 75 or 80. I believe it's somewhere in there. So we'll continue to fight down this way for now. That is... Hi, pause menu. That is absolutely fine. We've got this armored division, which needs to be brought into this army. There we go. No problem whatsoever there. And I want to take a look at how we're doing on our production quick. Specifically, tanks. We have plenty of tanks. We have 26,000 tanks right now. We should probably consider backing off on our tank production a bit. Especially with minus 18 chromium right now. So I'm thinking about taking this to about here, putting us positive on chromium again. So we're cutting down our tank production a little bit. That does mean we have a lot more military factories that we can throw at something. We've got a lot of medium flame tanks right now. What would we need to throw this at? Well, honestly, we have a lot of materials in general, but maybe airframes would be a good place to put this. We have 44 rubber to spare. That's what we're going to run out of before we run out of aluminum, I believe. So this would, of course, run us out of rubber. If we wanted to not run out of rubber, we'd have to sit about here. Okay, so we have a number of additional military factories we can throw into this, but I can do something like that. This is going to put us at negative 12 rubber, and that is understood. So from here, we can think about building synthetic refineries specifically for the rubber. Now, we don't actually have any building slots for these, right? But we could get some building slots. So we would hop in here, and we would simply do an industrial land appropriation. That would get us one building slot. We could also do a region-wide industrial integration, and we should probably do that. So that gets us 2 total building slots. And where are these? Well, it's kind of random, but I'm going to put one in Kuban, and I have no idea where the other one is. It's around somewhere. Oh, up here? No, that's a foreign territory. I'm not sure, but it definitely exists, unless there were 2 in Kuban, but I don't think that's how that works. So where do we have a spare slot? There's definitely one around somewhere. It might be like in Micronesia? Yes, actually. Hello. Okay, so there it is. That's a little awkward to find, no doubt about that. But we can definitely get that going for now. That looks good. Okay, so we're going to proceed forward here. We'll get started on that. We're going to need more rubber, but we're honestly going to get a lot of rubber once we take over South America, or a good chunk of South America anyway, assuming that this invasion goes off successfully, which is a bit of a big assumption. So I want to think a bit about what we want to take here for our initial toehold. Ideal scenario is we take, like, this is not exactly what I want it to be. So, like, arcing out over this way, and then just utilizing this river and the coastline. So we only have to hold 5 provinces in total. That would be an ideal toehold to take. So I would very much like to launch the attack and take this here. We'll see how much we end up getting if it's even anywhere close to that. We're only going to have 1 level of naval base here, right? And that is going to be potentially problematic. We should definitely build multiple naval bases in these coastlines, depending on where we can build uninterrupted. Places where we can build interrupted, we should probably be building land forts. So that's the overall concept of how this invasion will play out here. Now, we do have a doctrine available, and I think expeditionary units is the way we decided to go. That's demolition experts and then Amtrak battalions. Yeah, we decided to go this route. Okay, so expeditionary units are going to go over here. That looks good. We do have this armored division, which is going to hop in over here. Cool. So everything is looking pretty good here, all things considered. The only question is, how quickly do we want to bring reinforcements in? I think the answer to that is quite quickly. But how big of a toehold can we get? That's the other major question here. Now, we might want to think about a second unit of Marines so that we can have 2 naval invasions being planned at once. It's definitely an interesting concept, and I think we're going to do that. So let's train up a Marine division. This is the correct one? Yes, it is. So I'm going to train that. I don't care where it gets spawned. Up here is fine. And we're going to add in a bunch of units here. Specifically, okay, I see how we can see the template here. We're currently fielding 144 and training 108 of our 708 allowed Special Forces capacity. So this leaves us room for 76 divisions using this template. Sure. I don't want 25 divisions here, only 24. And we only want to produce 1 of these. Okay, so we're going to get started on training that. And the idea behind that is we can have simultaneous planning, right? While this is going off, we can be planning a backup attack, like up over here or somewhere. We can be planning a backup attack. And that would be absolutely great and would allow us much more efficient use of our time. So I like that. We'll get going on that. That seems absolutely fine. How's our naval supremacy down here? 61.9, 61.8. Okay. So we're definitely working on fighting down here. No doubt about that. But I think this is good enough to launch. Maybe. I can't remember what the required naval supremacy is. Well, let's see what we've got in here. Is the tooltip saying we can't launch right now? Well, obviously we can't. We haven't prepared it. But it's not saying that we can't launch right now, so that's noted. We have an infantry division out here. This is probably a bad template. Yes, it is. So we're going to sort that in here. Looks good. A little bit odd that it doesn't have a flag there, but whatever. It is from one of our vassal states, so that's fine. We've also got this armored division here, and that's going to go there. Perfect. So we are short on rubber, but honestly, we're going to get so much rubber down here. Like, it's insane how much rubber we're going to get. Look at that. So much rubber. So that is absolutely fine. We're going to get crazy amounts of rubber from Brazil, assuming that we attack successfully. So I want to take a quick look at what we have going on here. So we can definitely see we have a little bit of attrition out over here. Our organization is not maxed at this moment with these guys here. This is a level 5 naval base, and I'm wondering what our supply bottleneck is here. Apparently there is none. At least according to that. Interesting. So that is going back over... Yeah, that's definitely going to Eastern Andalusia in Granada. So that is reasonably expected. Okay, sure. It's just a level 5 naval base. So that's okay. But what we are seeing here is we are seeing our hourly recovery on this organization going down-ish. It's holding at about 41. Now, that is not where it was previously. That's for sure. So we're definitely seeing some supply issues out over here. Root efficiency is 100% though, so that does not appear to be the problem. We do have some technologies to research. We can definitely go for Paratroopers 3, not like we're planning on using those, and I guess we can get some mountain infantry going. Might as well. Beyond that, we can go, I suppose we could grab Maintenance Company or Katyusha. That would be fine. Why not? Let's get that underway. This division needs to be here. There we go. And these guys are going to be ready to launch in 5 days. The question is, should we launch them immediately? And since they are taking attrition here, I would argue that the answer to that should be yes. So that seems absolutely fine for now, although the supply has improved here. Now it's going back up. Okay. I'm not sure what caused that, but that's noted. This base was in low supply, but it seems to be getting better. Well, actually, this went up to a level 6, so that might be why. Okay, well, that is certainly noted for now. We're going to launch this attack right now, though. Off goes our Marines. We'll see how this goes. It'll be very interesting. So we're going to sort these guys in over here. That seems fine. And we're going to launch our attack here. And we just want to establish this beachhead, right? That is the overall goal. So off we go. And we'll arrive here relatively shortly, in theory. We have this tank division that can hop in here. Nuclear bombs have now been researched. We are not producing any nuclear bombs. I believe we have nuclear reactors, at least a couple of them. But that's fine. We don't need to produce nuclear bombs right now. We could definitely grab advanced oil processing, not like it's super necessary. Modern rubber would be nice, no doubt about it, but let's get to work on that. We don't really need the additional oil. We've got lots of oil. Oil is not a problem for us. That's for sure. So we're just going to cruise on through here, and we'll see how many units they have here. It's going to be quite a number. Yeah, we don't have any details on that right now. We don't have the intel. Speaking of intel, we have not done anything with our intelligence agency. We might want to get started on that. We'll get started on that one, I guess. Yeah, we are indeed building nuclear reactors. Okay, perfect. So it's going to take us about a year per nuclear bomb right now. We only have the one nuclear reactor. Okay, we can see we are indeed attacking over here, and we are absolutely destroying them for right now. Beautiful. So these Marines are doing very, very well. No doubt about that. Another 3 days, another 2 days. One of those Marine units decided to turn around and leave. That's fine. But we're still doing reasonably well here. We need a new technology to research, and that is going to be this guy. Okay, we'll get that going. Less than a day. And we're going to have this taken over right now. Beautiful. So, at this point, I want to set these guys to an offensive line. I want to make sure all of these units are assigned here. Offensive line. And I want that to be what we outlined previously. That. We'll see how viable that is. Now, we do need to work on anti-air in this area. We need to, most importantly, work on... Where are we? Naval bases. That is incredibly important that we work on these naval bases right now. Infrastructure out over here is something that we can do as well. And radar is okay. We can definitely work on that too. For now, that's all we're going to build over here, and we're just going to try to push out and get ourselves a decent position here. So, I'm going to have these guys definitely begin to push out. Absolutely. And reinforcements are going to come in from the Brazilians. Absolutely, that is going to happen. We're going to head in here. Oh, we should probably be working on land forts here as well. That is definitely something we should do. So we're going to get land forts going there. That is fine. But what we need more than anything right now is to just push out here. That's going to take 16 days. Why are we attacking here? I don't really want these guys attacking here. Moving out this way is fine. Let's not attack there. No, let's not attack there. This is a terrible place to attack. I would much rather that you guys attack here. Okay, so that's moving some forces out to here. Perfect. So some reinforcements are going to head out over this way. We do see they have some tanks down here right now. So we probably want to start moving in our infantry as soon as we can here. Army Group 1 is going to be on their way. The Marines are just trying to create a toehold here for right now. Now, we are currently winning this battle. And if we could take that, that would be great. But let's just continue to push in here for now. The Marines are going to hold here as best they can. Supplies are going to be kind of grim out this way, though. We know this. So I want to take a quick look here. We did manage to get a level of land fort over here, which is very, very good. That is a solid sign. What I really want to see is taking this over. That would be huge. And then I'd really like to see taking these over as well. We'll see how that goes. This we are currently losing, but that's okay. That is a losable thing. Okay. They are stack wiping us. So that's not a good sign. Okay. Where are these guys? Are they on their way? I don't think they are at all. No, they're actually still assigned up here. Okay. So our reinforcements are not going to be arriving anytime soon. Unfortunately, that of course means that these guys are basically required to retreat here, right? They can stop attacking, at least for the moment, and try to hold this position. But they are getting wiped, and we may want to back off of here. So where is our second force of... Yeah, they're not trained yet. Okay, that is fine. Now, I'm not surprised that our initial attack here is running into issues, right? I'm very not surprised about that at all. I would like to get these guys to retreat out over here, so we can attempt to withdraw them. And we'll see how that ends up going. Yeah, so we withdraw them. That's fine. We get out of there. We attempted to take that over. It didn't go very well. Now, one thing we did manage to do is build a couple levels of land fort there, which is a fairly important thing, actually. So I want to hop in here. I want to train up... We're going to need, what, 6 additional units of Marines. Okay. So that seems fine. These are real infantry divisions here. They're going to go into our reserve. That's fine. So we were definitely able to make a land grab there, but what we weren't able to do is solidify that. And that's understood. That is absolutely understood that that was a challenge, but it's okay. We got out of there with the majority of our troops. That seems absolutely fine. I'm going to plan another invasion as soon as we can, and that'll be a naval invasion from here, once again, to the same exact location. Okay. So, are these guys assigned to this order right now? They are. There's 0 transports assigned to it, but that's okay. So, we have these 2 infantry divisions. These are fake divisions. I'm going to put them here. Looks good. Okay, so we're working on this plan. It's going to take some time. That is understood. And we're training reinforcements at this moment. So, we have some Marines that are going to be done soon. And this is going to be basically a second Marine force. And what I want to do, I think, is once we have sufficient naval base levels here, which we're very close to doing, we could launch an attack from here to here and here, as well as here and here, or something along those lines. I think we might be better off making sure that we take this over and also Natal, and having 2 units go in there on the next attempt. So I'm not shocked that that failed, to be clear. That is deeply, deeply unsurprising. And now we know what sort of resistance awaits us there, right? So we know that we can get decent landfall, but we have to be prepared to back it up. And that is challenging to do at this naval base. So that'll be interesting. I'm not 100% sure how we want to handle that yet. We'll certainly get there soon. So these are at 79% training. We're expecting them to be finished on 21 August. So that's under a month away. Now, we do have 6 units here that are going to be significantly behind that. They are going to be about 4 months behind. Okay. That is a doable thing. We can definitely work with that. So that seems fine. These guys did gain a little bit of experience, so that is, you know, useful. Now, they're unable to move to a province along their path. That's definitely intriguing. I want to make sure that they're assigned to this. They should be able to move there. Well, it might just be because our naval supremacy isn't high enough over here. That's probably what we've got going on. That's fine for the time being. I'm not too concerned about that. So an operative can be recruited, and we'll recruit you for now. We're not really doing anything with our intelligence agency. I wouldn't mind having, like, base levels of intelligence, though. So we'll just get started working on some of those upgrades. That's fine. We've just kind of ignored that system for now. And we've got this armored division, which is going to go here. And these infantry divisions, which are just going to go here. Cool. That'll be fine. We're very, very shortly going to finish up a bunch of these Marines. So that sounds good. I think 2 units of Marines will be a lot more effective. But we want to make sure that they launch at pretty much the same time, right? So I'm not telling these guys to just go ahead. I was hoping that we'd be able to establish a beachhead here with just our Marines, but they definitely brought tanks in, and that was difficult for our Marines to deal with, was the tanks. So that is definitely a concern. No doubt about it. Does the Marine Division have anti-tank? It's got support artillery. It's just about getting that soft attack breakthrough. So it's really not very good for dealing with tanks, and that is kind of expected, to be honest, for Marines. Are you a real division? No, you're not. Okay. So you go here, and you also go here. Perfect. So that'll do for now. We've got 24 divisions of Marines here. I'm going to make a new army. I'm going to steal this guy. He's not a great leader for this, but we'll steal him anyway. And the reason he's not a great leader is he is cautious, so minus 20% planning speed. But we want to get that started as soon as we can, and we probably want to give him, like, breakthrough. But he doesn't actually have the preferred tactic ability, so that's fine. So Fyodor Chibisov is who we want to put in charge here. This guy. Yep. We'll get started on that, and we know from this guy that I don't think that actually affects naval invasion planning. But I want to launch from probably this same location. Actually, do we want to launch from that same location? Do we have a better location to launch from? Kind of. We could actually launch from here and attack like that. Ooh, this path is going to take us through here. Cancel that. That's not going to happen. We can launch from here, that's fine, but we can't go up here. So we would end up having to go down here instead. Okay, so we're going to get them on their way over there. We're starting to plan that. 126 days is what we need for that. That's perfect. So we now need a little bit of time for these additional Marines to finish their training. These 6 that ended up wiping. That seems good. And we're going to do this again, except this time we are attacking 2 different locations here. And we're not going to go for, like, 2 separate fronts on this and then try to link up. We're just going to attack the same location and have these guys be pre-linked up. This is going to be a lot of supplies in this area, for sure, but we'll see how that ends up going. So for now, we could definitely get another research done here. What do we got available? A lot of these are already finished. Ah, we could go for the M24. That's fine. We've got another one that we can do here. Okay. We are definitely running out of stuff to research. Let's grab Field Hospital. Okay, that seems fine. Beautiful. So these guys are going to arrive over here relatively soon. They are making good time. We have this armored division. He goes in here. Perfect. Our agency has been upgraded. We're going to continue to work on this. Let's grab additional intelligence. There we go. And yeah, I definitely do want to take over these 2 victory points. And this one as well. We almost had this one before, or maybe we had it briefly. But this would be a better position for us to be in, for sure. And we now have better information about what's going on down here in terms of the railroad. So that's noted as well. That's absolutely fine. So really, these Marines should not be used to try to push out. They should just be used in the way of establishing the beachhead and then just try to hold. And have infantry ready to follow that up. The problem is, it'll take infantry some time to get there. Right? That's the core issue there. So they have to hold that long, and ideally, I'd like it if they would push out and establish a perimeter, but maybe we were too greedy with the last perimeter, and maybe it should be these provinces. That might be a better plan than trying to push out to here. We'll see. We'll see if that works better, and we'll, of course, have twice the number of Marines this time, which is not going to be great for our supplies, but might be good for us immediately grabbing the toeholds. We'll see. So this infantry division is a fake division, and that, of course, means that it goes in this one. That'll do. Perfect. We have another research slot available, and we should just grab modern oil processing. Perfect. Okay. So our nuclear bombs are certainly making progress. Not that we have any strategic bombers to use them with, but we could make some. That wouldn't be a problem at all. Okay, how's this going at this point? 40 days. Cool. Now, our other is going to be done fairly soon, but these guys, they're not going to be fully equipped for a while yet. So 6 November 1951, so basically 1 month at this point. Noted. So these Marines will be done then, and then we'll add them in here. That will probably add a little bit more preparation time to this at that point, although it will be done by then, so I'm not 100% certain. Let's grab Blowtorch and Corkscrew, boosting up our Special Forces attack and our shore bombardment bonus. There we go. That'll do. And this infantry division is going to end up going here. And then this armor division goes here. Perfect. We can get a new research slot. We'll grab mountain infantry too. Perfect. Okay. So these Marines are going to be done very, very shortly, and we'll be able to launch this attack next episode, is the idea. So with any luck, we'll be able to actually establish our beachhead this time. That would be nice. We'll see if it ends up happening. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Kentogan, Ali Lee, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.